Welcome back to another episode of the Inquisitive Mamba Podcast. Little weird conditions for Max. He's driving on the road, but it's still good to have him.
Parking lot. Listen, I'm not in traffic.
He's safe, he's sound, he's secure, but it's great to record. And I think actually for the first time in a while, we're able to go live, if I'm not mistaken. So
That's
hopefully,
right,
hopefully it'll get us live. But overall, how was your weekend?
Good, Joe. Yeah, went to a wedding, celebrated Kelly Huff and Tyler Mufali.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and had a great time. And watched
Awesome.
the Bengals game on Sunday. We were looking good, so and now I'm going to the Bengals game on Saturday.
How about this one though? Bengals ended up beating the Colts 34-14. Are you still boycotting the Bengals?
Absolutely not, Joe. I was absolutely jumping up and down watching that game. Listen, our defense was firing on all cylinders. I know they're not some sort of high-powered offense, but to allow 9 points in the whole game, the defense did. It was really good to see, and our offense was balling. Minus if you take away that pick six, that was it wasn't a great throw, but it was an unlucky pick. It was Tanner Hudson kind of popped it up for the cornerback. Kind of a fluke, I'll say.
Yeah.
Outside of that, we played a perfect football game.
Jake Browning finished the game 18-24, 275, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. How about Chase Brown, though, on the ground and in the passing game?
Dude, he's fast. It's so good to see, have a backup. You remember last year we had P. Ryan, who was a super solid secondary back for us, and we have not had that all year. So it's been really tough on us. Our run game hasn't been great. So to have two guys that can be explosive at any time in the backfield, it really puts pressure on the defense to watch the run, which should open up more passing opportunities for us.
Yeah, I didn't catch most of that game, but I didn't really get most of it. But I will say, from just being around the Bengals and listening to what I've seen so far, it's kind of cool because a few weeks ago when Burrow got hurt, everyone thought the wheels were falling off. It was over. Let's just go get a draft pick. And now they're in potential contention for a wild card. They're right on the bubble. So
if we win this week, we have a serious chance of being in the wild card by the end of Sunday. I think if we win and two other teams lose, like the Broncos and someone else, we're in.
Yeah.
And if we just keep winning, and we don't have a tough schedule other than Chiefs going out, and you know how we play against the Chiefs. So we have a serious chance of making the playoffs.
There'll definitely be some excitement too, just for the Bengals because they're 7-6. I mean, they're still playing for a wild card spot, but it's cool because, I mean, even if they lose, I don't feel like they really have anything really big to lose. They're just kind of playing with house money at this point.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that's the most dangerous team to play if they somebody's got nothing to lose.
Exactly. So how about this one though? Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs game. Did you catch that?
I did not watch it.
Oh,
but
man,
I was in the wedding. Game. I wished I did, but I was following the scores.
Did you see? I'm sure you saw the whole controversial stuff about the offside.
I saw Tony. I think Patrick Mahomes is the most baby back bitch I've ever seen in my life. To come over and then start bitching to the refs, to the opposing quarterback, that's the most classless, lame shit I've ever seen in my life.
He did apologize though.
Okay, he should. It would be one thing if it was a bad call. Maybe that would be acceptable, but it was so clearly the right call in that situation.
Yeah.
He was so far offsides, it wasn't even close. Even if it is a bad call, that is just some baby shit to go up to the opposing quarterback and complain about the refs. You're the one who led it within one play of losing or winning. It's not just that one call that altered the entire. I mean, it did alter the entire game, but you lost the game.
Mahomes was worst tackle I've ever, or worst call I've ever seen. Worst call I've ever seen.
That's the softest. Go shake the quarterback's hand and walk away. What did Josh Allen say anything to him when they lost in the playoffs? He probably shook his hand and said, "Good game."
Yeah.
So what a pansy, dude.
I'm surprised Stephon Diggs didn't run over there and say something because he's known to do stuff like that. So
I hate Diggs, dude. He's such a baby.
Man. So, but Allen finished the day 23 of 42, 233, a touchdown and a pick. Mahomes 25 of 43, touchdown and a pick, and then really just James Cook on the ground and in the receiving game. Travis Kelce was 6 receptions, 83 yards, but it was kind of a very, actually the Bills were up 14-0 at one point. They ended up taking that lead into halftime. Good game overall. I mean, it was nice to see, those two teams play each other. I wish the Bills had a better record, but they were playing and they were fighting for a playoff spot. Kind of goes back to what you said in the last episode. They can still make the playoffs. It's still going to be tough because they have Dallas this week, but I mean, we'll see. I'm still, if they go 10-7, I think they can definitely get in, but I think they still have to potentially win.
I want the Bills to be in contention just solely because I am going to the final game of the season against the Dolphins, and I do not want to see a game where all the backups play.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think you would see that though, because I think Miami's still going to be fighting for their home field
home field or first round bye. Yeah, but they might be playing against the Bills team that are playing backups.
Oh yeah, true. If they're out of
because if they're out of contention completely, so I'm rooting for the Bills all the way to the end because we spent like $300 on those tickets because it's looking to be the more they keep winning, it's looking to be a really big game. So
I think we're gonna get that. I think fingers crossed.
I certainly hope so.
A full star-studded Bills team, hopefully to see. So yeah, but
I've never been to a Week 17 Week 18 game. So I'm excited.
Bills game was good though. It was good to see Allen and Mahomes go at it again. It's always an instant classic with those two. But the Chiefs really didn't do anything on offense mostly the entire game. I mean, it would have been cool to see if they would have scored that touchdown and then to see if we could have got some Josh Allen magic at the end there. But
Joe, what have I said all year? The Chiefs aren't everything that they're cracked up to be. Like,
you're right.
They're not as strong as I said that. I think last week or the week before. They're not the super powerhouse that we've seen in previous years.
No, two things to that though for the Kansas City Chiefs. One, you have Andy Reid, who's a great coach. I just think you can, if you're going to get in the playoffs, it's a one game elimination thing at that point. I don't know. I just feel like they get in the playoffs. Of course, they're going to be dangerous because they have Mahomes, but the game plan changes completely. They're not focused so much on the regular season. But the one thing about the Kansas City Chiefs, though, too, is they've never played on the road in any of their playoff games as Mahomes as their starter. They've gone to 5 straight AFC Championship games, and Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs have never played on the road. So when you sit there and you go, "Oh, well, all this adversity, well, this would have to be the year that they would have to go on the road," because I don't think they're going to get home field. I don't see it. I think it's really down to Baltimore and Miami at this point, unless those two teams flop at the end there. I really think the Ravens are going to get it. So we're going to see what the Chiefs are really made of if they have to go play on the road.
Yep. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think they really do not want to meet the Bengals in the playoffs.
This is a good one for you, though. This is exactly about the Bengals. Jamar Chase says he's better than Vikings receiver Justin Jefferson. What are your thoughts?
That's not even a question. It's not even a question. It's
Justin Jefferson.
Jamar Chase is the best receiver in the league.
Be serious.
And it's by a mile. I'm being entirely serious, Joe.
No, you're not.
Who's better than Chase?
Justin Jefferson? Tyreek Hill?
No.
Right now this year, you'd have to go.
This
Justin
year,
Jefferson.
Sure, they have better stats, but doesn't make him a better player.
Would you rather have Tyreek Hill or Jamar Chase? Well, okay, you can say Jamar Chase for age, but overall body of work.
Chase. But you can't go straight up on the numbers because we had an injured Joe Burrow for half the year, and then we had 3 games where Jake Browning was still figuring it out. Like he's not getting the same looks that he was like with a healthy full power Joe Burrow.
Let's stick on Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. If you're an NFL GM and you have the first pick in the draft and you're picking a receiver, you're taking Jamar Chase over Justin Jefferson?
Yeah, he's stronger, faster. It's a no-brainer. He's too strong, dude. Justin Jefferson does not have the strength that Jamar Chase does.
That is true. That's a good point. But
Jamar Chase is a strong mother sucker.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they both went to LSU. I mean, we both saw what they did there. Actually, Chase was better at LSU, but Justin Jefferson he's been amazing in the NFL.
Listen, if I could have either Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, I think I'd be fine. I'm not saying Justin Jefferson is like some sort of bum. Like they're neck and neck.
I'm gonna say 1A and 1B.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yep.
Okay. Here. But Jamar Chase said, "I'm the best. I don't feel like we're the 2 best. I'm the best." So I think this also has he's also.
But I think they're that's friendly banter though.
Yeah, of
That's
course.
friendly
But
banter. Justin
right, I'm
Jefferson
saying
would say the same thing. If you
100%.
and I were talking about who's the best wide receiver in our on the beaches, we would say the same shit.
Oh,
Like,
oh God, that'd be funny. Or
yeah,
like one-on-one basketball.
yeah, Joe.
Or
We don't need to go there, Joe. That
the,
gets
jer-
way too wild.
the jersey swap
Yeah, Joe.
at the gas station at Wawa. That's kind
Yeah,
of sketchy.
yeah,
I didn't
Joe.
even
You
have
need
a.
to clip this and like show the picture.
I will. I will. I didn't even have a. I was a USF T-shirt, and you had a Kansas jersey. Whose Kansas jersey was that?
I have no idea. Was it a key? Oh, it's mine.
Yeah, but where did
I
that
got it
come
in a
from?
thrift store for $5.
Oh my God! Of course. Imagine if that was like. There's no name on the back of that jersey.
No, but it is signed by the player.
Who?
I have no idea.
Oh
He
my
played
gosh.
he played for the he ended up going to the league and playing for the Bobcats for the Charlotte Bobcats when we were in middle school when they were the worst team in history. You remember when they had the worst record in the
Yeah.
history of basketball? He
Yeah.
was on
Like
that team.
LeBron and the Heat like dismantled that team.
Yeah.
Kansas Jayhawks #4. Let's say 2010.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we gotta find this.
If you say his name, I'll remember.
Sharon Collins.
Yep. I think it was him. Did he play for the Bobcats?
Let's see. If we can find this, I'm going to laugh.
Are you sure it was #4 though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You can go back. Yeah, he did play for the Bobcats. It is him.
Yeah, it is Sharon Collins. I have his signature. It's a
Yeah, that's
signed jersey. I got it
hilarious.
for $5.
Yeah, he's 36 years old. He's drafted in 2010. Yeah. Wow. That's so funny. Why the hell would that be at Goodwill? Somebody just was like, "All right."
It
we'll
wasn't
see
at
Marcus
Goodwill.
Sharon.
It was at like
Oh,
it was like a sports memorabilia. Like this collector of Kansas shit was like a sports memorabilia. It wasn't a thrift store, to be fair. It was like
okay.
this collector was dumping all of his items, and he bought a unit in a mall, and just sold everything out of this mall, and everything was like dirt cheap.
Jeez. Okay, this
Really
one here
weird.
though. We talked about this last week on the podcast. The hip drop tackle. Roger Goodell. We have to get the hip drop tackle out of the league. The NFL says the hip drop tackle will probably be restricted or outlawed in the future. I know this is frustrating you, but it just seems that they're going to be getting rid of it.
I mean, I don't care if they get rid of it or not. It is going to be every single fan is going to be absolutely livid watching every single from the behind tackle where the guy is like doesn't have much momentum, but he's got him wrapped up. What do you do if you don't have much momentum and you've got the guy wrapped up? It's like what are they like people that argue against the hip drop tackle? They're just like drive through. If you don't have
Yep.
momentum against a guy that's bigger, you can't just drive through them.
Yeah.
You've got to pull them down. What do? You're here. How do you get them to the ground?
Well,
You
my
drop.
biggest thing.
You take
Yeah,
your legs out from under
yeah,
you.
my biggest thing
If we see
too.
a penalty of that every single week, and then when it gets into the controversial penalties that then like
It's
alter
going to
games,
happen.
people are gonna be fucking pissed, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to happen because they're potentially said they're going to get rid of it. I just think like after all these injuries that we've seen, the Tony Pollard one, the Logan Wilson one with Mark Andrews. In college, you saw the Jordan Travis one. I mean, there's been a lot. Ramondre Stevenson against the Chargers 2 weeks ago. Like we've seen the body of work. It sucks. I don't think they should get rid of it, but you know how they are with player safety in the NFL. They're
But what
going
I
to get
don't
rid of this
get
hip
is
drop
that they're
tackle.
acting like injuries are like lower body extremity injuries are new to football.
Right.
Injuries have been a staple of football the entirety of its existence. You're not going to get rid of injuries. It's not like hip drop injuries cause more injuries than anything else, or like, yeah, that's one thing that causes injuries, but so does tackling people in general. Like that's just the
Yeah,
nature of the
saying
game.
that they're saying that it's a dirty tackle basically, but you're just tackling the guy at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you're trying to bring the guy down to the ground as best as you can. So we're going to ban this play all because people's feelings are hurt. I mean, it's taking away an aspect of the game. So I don't understand it though. But how about this one though? The NFL has agreed to have a game in Brazil in 2024. So now they're going to be going to Brazil. What do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. It's a huge market. I wonder. I would love to see the numbers on what actual impact it has. Like how many international fans there really are. I'm sure there's enough fans in Brazil to fill a stadium.
I'm sure there will be. Yeah,
Um,
I mean, we get fans. Fans from the United States usually go over to the European games anyway. So, I mean, yeah, but I definitely think that'd be cool to see. And
yeah,
then, and also, they're going to be increasing international games in 2025 from 4 to 8 games. Do you think eventually that the NFL could have a plan of trying to put a team over there?
yeah, they do have a plan. Roger Goodell has said it's
Yeah,
their plan
but I'm
to
saying like
expand.
in the next few years, do you think they'll be able to pull it off?
It won't be the next few years. It'll probably be 10 or 15. But yeah,
That'll be flag football by then too.
it
So
yeah, right. No, it'll most definitely, Joe. It's the biggest. It's the highest money sports league, like one of the highest money sports leagues in the world.
yeah,
They have all they get all the viewership next to soccer or football. Uh they're there. So people love to watch it. I'm sure the only thing that's stopping them from doing it now is travel, because you
yeah.
can't put one team in Europe and then make people go
All
over there.
those teams
You
travel
need to
around.
have a whole
Yeah,
division of there over there where
yeah.
they can play each other, and then they can travel. Like, you need to have four teams within vicinity of each other that they could play. You can't just do one at a time,
Well, the thing about
because
that too,
you can't
for
send
me,
or nine
right.
teams over to Europe to
Well, the
play
thing
one
about
game.
well, yeah, but the thing about that too is you're going to take away players from the United States to come over and play in Europe. I don't know. I think that's a little weird too. So there's probably a lot of things
But
they have to
that's,
work
I
out.
mean, Joe, that's like saying you're going to take Shohei Ohtani out of Japan to come play in America. That happens in every other sport.
Right, but he's not in the but he's in the MLB. I'm saying.
Yeah, and he would be in the NFL,
Oh no, what I'm saying is the
a
players would be
different league.
playing. No, in this. Well, it would be part of the NFL though, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So I'm saying they'd be playing in Europe while things are going on over here. Is what I'm saying. I feel like it'd be weird. It'd be a very thing that they'd have to like really agree to.
yeah. I mean, they would yeah. If they want to expand,
Yeah,
that's what they got to do. They would probably
yeah,
do South America first, honestly, just
yeah. I
because
could
it's
see
so
that
much
too.
closer, or Canada. But they
Yeah,
have to do four teams all at once. I think
right. They
there's
can't
no
just do
way they could
one.
expand with just one.
Right.
It would be too gradual, and they can't have the European team traveling to America every week or every other
Yeah.
week. So
Hmm.
maybe they play nine away games and then come back and do 8 home games in a row. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think they would have to make a whole division. Maybe they make a European division and a South American division, and then yeah, I don't know. It's a long way to travel. They probably need to break into Canada. Why aren't they in Canada?
I'm not sure, but how about this one though? Patriots owner Robert Kraft has already decided to move on from Bill Belichick at the end of the season after the Colts loss on Week 10. Source told Tom Curran. Now, Tom Curran is a Boston sports reporter, and it's been rumbling and swirling around on X Twitter the past few days here, and people are really starting to
Is this
take into
official, Joe?
consideration. That's exactly what I'm getting at. I don't think this is 100% official, but this kind of also goes back to if this is exactly true at the end of the season when it does come out. This guy was the guy to break it. I don't know. I don't really want to put any stock into this just because of these kind of rumors, and we've been seeing this all season. But he could just be making stuff up, but also at the same time, I mean, we've seen, rumblings, of course. So if it's true, it's true, but I'm going to wait until I hear it from like Schefter or Rappaport or Robert Kraft or Bill Belichick from himself. It's actually kind of funny because leading up to the Chiefs game this week, the reporters asked him and they said, have you talked to Robert about your decision? He goes, we're on to Kansas City. They ask him again. He goes, getting ready for Kansas City. So I'm not going to make anything of it. Yeah, we know they've had a terrible season, but I'll wait until the end of the season and when it's over. What do you think?
Yeah, I just we've said this many times on this podcast. I can't imagine that they fire Bill Belichick. Like,
Yeah.
why? I think it would be an amicable separation.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's a terrible season. But it's not just the coach that's going wrong there. They don't have the roster at all.
No.
They've keep making these questionable free agent signings with that, like, everyone's in the offseason, everyone's like, oh, Belichick sees something that we don't, and then it doesn't turn out.
Yeah.
Like Hunter Henry, Nelson Aguilar, like, they had all brought all these like mid-tier guys in, and everyone was like, oh, maybe he sees something that no one else does. They haven't had any big signings,
No.
so it's like their roster has just gotten worse and worse, and like they tried to have the same thing going that they did with Brady, but without Brady, it doesn't work. Like,
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. If the quarterback
if the
can't make the
quarterback sucks,
throws,
you can't have like Julian
Ed,
Edelman's, like,
Amendolas and
and
Edelman's and yeah.
yeah.
So this is a good one though. This is actually pretty important here. Cam Newton, Dak Prescott. Did you see what Cam Newton said?
I did not.
Okay, hear about this one. So Cam Newton claims that Dolphins Tua, Cowboys Dak Prescott, Lions Jared Goff, and Niners Brock Purdy are all game managers. These are game managers. They are not difference makers. Now Cam Newton also was throwing shots at these quarterbacks, but what I don't understand too is these quarterbacks are still in the NFL, and you're sitting on the couch. And Cam Newton said that uh,
Jared
teams
Goff
haven't called
and
him in
Cam
2
Newton are
years, but
probably
he's
not that dissimilar in age. Jared Goff is probably not that much younger than Cam Newton, is he?
Jared Goff got drafted in 2016. I'm pretty sure you can look it up. Newton was drafted in 2011. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure.
okay. He's a little bit older, yeah.
A little bit older, but the point here is Cam Newton. Dak Prescott is not a game manager. That's the furthest thing Dak Prescott is. The problem that Dak Prescott throughout most of his career in the NFL was the turnovers, the aggressive decision making. He didn't really have the greatest coordinators and coaches around him. Now we're starting to see the real Dak Prescott. And no, Dak's not perfect, but to sit here and call Dak Prescott a game manager, and then also too, people were trying to say, okay, Dak Prescott versus Cam Newton. Okay, so I want to hear your Dak Prescott, Cam Newton, then I'll give you mine.
I mean, Dak Prescott is obviously clearly a way better passer than Cam Newton ever was.
Overall quarterback, Dak Prescott or Cam Newton?
Yeah. Dak probably has a better resume at this point, like for passing, but like Cam Newton had 2 or 3 years in Carolina where he was absolutely electric. But
he had that 2015 season where he won the MVP.
Yeah.
So,
but that was he had a very, very short-lived peak
career,
and then it was just outside of that he wasn't difference making. Like he was scoring, like he wasn't making the team that much better outside of those couple years.
Listen,
Dak Prescott
Yeah.
throws for yards and yards and yards. So I don't know. Game manager is not the way I don't think anyone else would describe Dak Prescott.
Okay, Cam Newton was selected to play in 3 Pro Bowls. He won 1 Offensive Player of the Year. He won the Offensive Rookie, and he won the MVP. Dak has played in 8 seasons. He's thrown for 28,000 yards, 448 yards, and 194 touchdowns. Selected in 2 Pro Bowls, and he was an Offensive Rookie there. Walter Payton. Okay, here we go. Cam Newton versus Dak Prescott. If Dak Prescott wins the NFL MVP this year, Cam Newton has no case of being better than him. Okay, you can say record-wise, Dak has had better teams. I'm sorry, body of work, overall better quarterback, Dak Prescott is better than Cam Newton. No ifs, ands, or buts, especially when he wins that MVP this year, which he probably is going to. Completion percentage, Dak's got him beat career-wise, 66.9%. Passing yards, like you said, he's got him beat there, 258.6 yards. They have actually the exact same touchdowns, but Dak has less interceptions. I think Dak Prescott is better than Cam Newton. And when he wins this MVP this year, he will prove it. And if they go far in the playoffs, I don't even want to hear it. Cam Newton was a great QB for his time in the NFL. He was fun to watch. He was electric. The super Cam. He was one of one. But I'm sorry. If I'm sitting there as a GM or a coach, I'm picking Dak over Cam Newton. There's a reason why Dak is still in the NFL, and there's a reason why Cam is sitting home on the couch. And no disrespect and no discredit to Cam, because they got all upset because people were bashing Cam Newton. And why can Cam Newton say this? And all these other analysts can say this and that. I'm sorry. Dak is better than Cam Newton. And there's a reason why he's still in the NFL. And there's your case right there. Go look at the numbers and go look at the teams. And yeah, they can say, well, Dak has had a better team than Cam Newton. Overall body of work of QBs compared to one another, Dak's got him beat. And the other side of the Cam Newton argument is as well, he was throwing to Ted Ginn, he was throwing to Torrey Smith and Kelvin Benjamin. So it's just one of those things, but it's just funny because we have to compare and say that Dak Prescott's a game manager. How can you sit here and say Dak's a game manager when what he's done this entire season?
It's ridiculous. It's obvious. I mean, now he's in the media. His job is to get clicks, Joe. He probably knows that he's getting clicks. Yeah. It's a clear bait for clicks. And we've seen Stephen A. Smith do it his entire career. We've seen all those guys do it. It's nothing new to say something ridiculous in order to get some attention.
Well, David Carr last week said that Mariota should be starting over Jalen Hurts. So there's your click.
Right yeah, that's another one. That's just absolutely insane.
I mean, I just don't even
that is the dumbest, like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I saw him backing it up too. Jalen Hurts had 1 or 2 bad games, and it's like all of a sudden he's like, that is the dude. He just went to the Super Bowl last year, and you're gonna bench him for Mariota, who's never even like had a winning record in his career. It's like insane.
The Cowboys-Eagles game averaged 26.3 million viewers from the game on Sunday night. Did you catch any of that game?
I did not, Joe.
You didn't catch it.
I was at the wedding.
The wedding. Oh, Philly fans were in shambles. There was a fight after the game too. They're like, that guy was taking the guy down. Dante was actually at the game. He was texting about it. He was like, I'm missing the fight. I'm like, oh my gosh. I I was sitting on the couch. I didn't have any popcorn, but I was just sitting there just laughing my ass off, man. I was like, these fans are just something else.
Yeah, I
Just
know the Eagles have
oh
been on a bit of a cold streak.
yeah, they have.
Yeah.
This game was the most watched since Sunday Night Football since 2016. I mean, whenever these two teams match up, you're always going to get an instant classic. I would love to see these two teams play each other in the playoffs. Dallas and Philly, that'd be amazing.
That'd be insane.
We'd probably see like
Yeah.
30 fights.
Yeah, to see them both like balling out, no wonder they've got so many viewers.
Not me advocating for fights. it just adds.
You can't do that, Joe.
I know I can't. It just adds a dimension to the game. But this one you'll like, though. Jake Browning reveals to the media that injured starter Joe Burrow gave him and his family friends the box seats for the Colts game. That was pretty nice.
Yep, that was awesome. That was awesome, Joe Burrow. Jake Browning. I'm just excited for Jake Browning to finish out this season. We're going to trade him for the first overall pick, and then draft a. Who should we draft, Joe? With the first overall pick that we trade for Jake Browning.
Marvin Harrison or something. You're
yeah. We'll probably draft. Yeah, that's a good call. We're going to trade Jake Browning for the third overall pick, and we're going to draft Marvin Harrison.
Oh my God, I can't.
There's going to be a lot of teams that are going to want Marvin Harrison or Jake Browning, Joe.
Yeah.
After he might be in the MVP conversation after this week.
Shut up. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell doubles down on controversial offsides that ended Travis Kelce's hopes of scoring Hall of Fame touchdown.
I don't understand why this call was even why he even needed to double down. We had every camera angle showing that Kadarius Toney was offsides. That was the dumbest controversy I've ever seen.
They were upset because the ref didn't check. He didn't check with the ref, or the ref didn't check with him. Meaning, okay, yeah, but the ref said he was so egregiously offsides he couldn't even see the ball. So why does he have to? Why does he even? What does he even have to do? It's right there for you. He can't see the ball. You're so offsides. You're so over the line. And then of course Twitter X brought the clips back where Terry McLaurin was offsides, Jalen Waddle was offsides this past Monday night, Tyreek Hill was offsides, and the ref checked with them. So it's like they're like, oh, they're out to get Kansas City. BS.
I mean, what were any of those plays on the last play of the game like where it really meant something? Like, right. I'm sure there's offsides missed all the time, but he was so far over the line, it was ridiculous. I'm sure, like, you can't compare missed. You can't say these are missed calls, and we want our call to be missed as well because you missed that call. You can't. Exactly. You can't use bad officiating as an argument for the good officiating that just happened. Like, you can't say, I want worse officiating now. Why would you ever want that? So yeah, those were bad calls, like, that they missed them, but you can't wish that upon your team.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants bad officiating.
No.
Just makes the game not fun.
We're running a little low on time, but at the NBA, we got to talk a little bit about this. Draymond Green was suspended indefinitely from the NBA for his altercation with Yusuf Nurkic, where he said he didn't really mean to hit him or not. But what are we doing here? What's going on? Like, thoughts?
It seems to be a common theme when the Warriors are backed into a corner. They're not playing so hot this year. Draymond Green starts to lashing out, and he always is lashing out. But he looks really stupid. I mean, it's totally uncalled for. I don't think I've ever seen an indefinite suspension in sports. Does that happen? Indefinite? Usually with this, when it's so cut and dry, they'll give him,
10 games or so. But it's happened
10 games.
It's happened so many times, and we've seen it over and over and over again. The NBA is like, enough is enough. Like, this has got to stop. You've got to figure your shit out, and you got to continue to not do this because this is getting out of control. I mean, we've been seeing this a couple weeks ago. He had a situation like this in the playoffs. He got suspended a game. Remember in the 2016 finals, like, it's like his case is already made. So it's like, they're just waiting for it.
But I've never seen an indefinite suspension. What are you waiting for?
Right.
You're gonna say next week, you've had 3 games now. Maybe we'll let you back, or maybe we won't.
Well, they're going to be putting Draymond Green will be required to meet certain league and team conditions before he returns to play. They said in release, so he's basically going to have to go to counseling.
That's so stupid.
Do you think? Do you think this would be? Do you think the NBA would suspend him in the 80s if this happened? No.
I don't know. Well, what happened when Ron Artest elbowed James Harden in the face? What did he get?
James Harden. Who was it? Was it Rasheed Wallace?
No, it was Ron Artest, James Harden. When Ron Artest went like that, it was James Harden.
Are you talking about the Malice at the Palace? No.
No, no, I'm talking about when Ron
Okay, okay.
Artest literally did the same thing. He
Oh
literally
yeah.
threw his elbow back and hit James Harden in the head.
How many offenses did Ron Artest have compared to
A
James
ton. He was
to
a dirty
Draymond Green?
defensive player.
Right, but yeah, I mean,
I'm just
I don't know
asking.
how
What
long
do you know? What is? Can you look it up? What was his? How many games did he get? Because that was
Ron
a similar
Artest.
thing where the player was behind him and the guy kind of swung and pretended
Oh,
that
here
he
it
didn't
is.
know the guy was
Oh,
behind him.
this was in 2012.
Yeah,
Ron
it may
Artest,
have been
James
Meta
Harden
World.
7 games.
7 games. I
So
mean,
he got
if Ron
7 games
Artest
for
was
that.
involved in a ton of fights, wasn't he? Like he was
Right.
at the Malice in the Palace. Like he
Yeah.
had his record too. So maybe
Well,
like 7 games.
I think the NBA is trying to make an example out of Draymond Green. Like, hey, like this, enough is enough. This has happened so many times. Like, we got to lay the hammer down because you're going to continue to do it if we don't suspend you for a long period of time.
Yeah, I don't know. I think putting an indefinite suspension is lame, but
Yeah.
yeah, to make a full grown adult go to counseling to earn his way back into the league is like the lamest shit I've ever seen.
Oh, the Lakers lame for hanging a banner for winning the in-season tournament. The Lakers won the in-season tournament against the Pacers this past weekend. Do you think they should be hanging an in-season banner? In-season banner?
Yes,
Why?
because the league wants them to. The league wants the in-season tournament to mean something, so that people watch the in-season
But do you
tournament.
think
They
the
want
Lakers should? Do you think the Lakers should be hanging an in-season banner for winning a meaningless trophy?
yes, because the league wants it to be
No, no,
meaningful.
no, no. I know, but what I'm saying to you is, do you think the Lakers have the right to? Do you think they deserve to? Do you think it's kind of petty to hang an in-season tournament banner? Because I think
No,
it is. I don't see why you need to hang that up.
if you go to England and watch the FA Cup, everyone is hanging up an FA Cup trophy like that. That's an in-season tournament that is like everyone's involved in.
Do you think the Lakers?
Everyone what cares about the FA Cup.
Do you think if it wasn't for the Lakers, another team would do the same thing?
I think every team would do the same thing because the league is telling them to, because they want the in-season tournament to matter.
Yeah, you're actually right, because at first they weren't going to do it, and they decided that they are going to do it.
I don't think it's that they're proud of it. I think it's because the league wants the in-season tournament to matter, because for viewership, and the Lakers should want the in-season tournament to matter too, because they get viewership out of it.
100%.
It's beneficial for everyone if the in-season tournament matters, because if it matters, people are going to watch. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if they should be proud of it or not. What they care about is money, and what makes them money is viewership.
Yep.
And if they get more people caring about the in-season tournament, then they get more money, and that's what they want. That's what they're hanging it for.
Anthony Davis said, "We know it's not the real thing." So yeah, I mean, it's cool to see because they're the first one to do it, and they said they're going to hold some slots basically to reserve some spots if they win it again. So, but yeah, you're 100% right. It's a marketing thing. We all know it's a money cash grab. It makes the most sense, and it actually kind of just sticks it to the other 30. Was it 30? Is there 31, 30 teams or 32 teams in the NBA?
29 teams. There's 30 teams total.
There's 30 teams in the NBA.
Yep. So there's 29 other teams.
Yeah, 30 teams, because NFL does 32. Yeah, good. Okay. But how about this one, though? Giannis last night dropped a franchise career record 64 points in his Milwaukee Huge win in Indiana, but he was pissed when he left the court because the Pacers stole his game ball. Did you see that last night?
I saw tweets about it. I did not see him like lashing out, but I saw he was pissed.
Basically, he like bolted back, but the Pacers defense was as Oscar Tshiebwe was the first moved to the United States from the Democratic Republic of Congo as a teenager to pursue his basketball dream. So he got his first point in the NBA last night. They said, okay, hey, and then Giannis was also pissed because he said that this wasn't the actual game ball. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're making a big deal about it, but I think he deserves.
Whose home court was it? Was it in?
Indiana.
Was it?
I think
I think Indiana should have the choice then.
Really?
Yeah. They want the ball. It's their stadium.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a. Actually, wait. Let me check here. Was Milwaukee home? Wait, let me check here.
No, I think Milwaukee is at home.
Milwaukee was home. Yeah, so Milwaukee deserves that game ball. So why would the Pacers take the game ball from him? That's not. You have no business doing that.
Probably to piss him off.
I don't know if they really meant it like that, but also too like.
You're the losing team. You can't take the game ball.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing too. And he was also even more mad because he said it didn't feel like the actual game ball. He said he wasn't sure whether he actually had the game ball. I have a ball, but I don't know if it's game ball. It feels like a brand new ball, he said. Giannis is a fierce competitor. So when you're taking a ball from him like this, especially dropping 64 points, a franchise career record, when you're next to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, arguably one of the greatest players ever, I mean, that's a lot to do to just take away a game ball from him.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? Really?
Yeah.
It's like,
So.
it's petty shit. Give him a
No, I
ball so he
agree.
can hang it up. Whatever.
Agreed. All right, we got like a few pop culture things, then we got to get out of here. University of Colorado offers a new course inspired by Deion Sanders. I texted you about this. What do you think about this?
And what did I text you back, Joe? I'm enrolling.
You said
I want to be part of this, Joe. Yeah, I want to be part of this.
You can be. You can go back if you want.
It goes back to Deion saying he wishes he wasn't in the public eye. It's the most ingenuine shit anyone has ever said. Like his entire brand, his entire brand, his entire livelihood is made off of him being an insane public figure, and it's like and shit like this. They're teaching that in a course. Like to say that he doesn't want to be in the public eye is the most moronic shit ever. He would be sitting back in North Fort Myers, sitting on a porch somewhere, doing jack shit.
All right. I mean, that's a bit much, but still. The University of Colorado has introduced a class for the spring semester inspired by his Hall of Fame coach. The course CMCI, Primetime Public Performance and Leadership, will essentially help college athletes learn how to navigate NIL, deals, manage their time and fame. It's a college of media communications and information. So basically, I would have taken this course at UF if they offered it, even though I was journalism, but it's kind of along those lines there. So interesting. But is Coach Prime going to be my professor?
I don't think he'll be teaching the course.
He should.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll step in a few classes.
He should. He might walk in, do the do a little primetime dance, a little celebration. We went 4-8 this year. What do we got for NIL for next year? No, but I actually kind of eat crow on this one. He's also gotten a bunch of really good linemen in the portal. So, but we'll see for next year. So you'd be taking this course if you were going there?
Absolutely, Joe.
I think you should take 100%. It online.
Should I? Should I enroll and get an extra degree?
You should. If you enroll, I'll enroll. No, I'm not.
Okay, Joe. We'll go back to college.
No. It's like, what is it? What's the movie with Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill? What is it?
21 Jump Street.
21 Jump Street. M&J Jump Street.
Yeah, Joe. We should do that.
This is good for you. You like Stranger Things, so they came out with an update on the final season. They're going to set to start production on the final season because season 4 wrapped up on July 1st, and they're going to be starting as soon as January 5th. So for Stranger Things fans, get excited because they're going to start on the final season. Hopefully.
Was it that long? Was it that recent that it was?
Season 4 wrapped on July 1st, 2022. Since then, everything's been pretty silent due to the strikes.
Oh, 2022. I was going to say it wasn't 2023.
No, I know. Can you believe it was already that long ago? 2022.
I thought so. Yeah, I've not watched Stranger Things in a long time. So
even though that they're going to be starting production on the final season, I still don't think it'll come out until 2025. And even if
it definitely won't come out until 2025. They still got to write it. They got to write it, film it. They got to do everything and then market it. Yeah, it'll be 2025 before you see it.
Maybe even like later 2025.
Yeah, seriously, it will.
But Tommy DeVito has a beer named after him. Did you see this?
I did not see that, Joe.
Jersey City-based 902 Brewing Co. introduced an Italian Pilsner called Tommy Cutlets this week in honor of the young QB. So he's got his own beer now.
That's awesome.
Is Tommy DeVito's run crazier than Linsanity?
Yes. 100%. Because he is literally like the stereotypical New Yorker. He is a New Yorker through and through. It is like literally like an idol for these people of New York. Linsanity obviously is not from where in New York. Tommy DeVito is a New Yorker, so it makes New Yorkers feel like they're watching one of their own.
Yeah,
like it's something special. It's like when LeBron was in Cleveland. Like he's Ohio native. Like it adds an extra layer of special. Like when Josh Jobs was going off for the Vikings, like everyone loved to watch it, but no one really cared about it. Like it wasn't as nearly as good of a story as Tommy DeVito, the New Yorker playing for the Giants. It's like every New Yorker's dream.
Depending on how, just like every New Yorker's dream, they want to play for the Yankees. Good point. Yeah. Also, hopefully this beer is not too expensive because I think we should try it out. The Tommy DeVito Tommy Cutlets beer.
Joe, why don't you order a 6-pack to my house and we'll try it when you're in Fort Myers. We'll do a taste test when we do a live podcast.
I like that.
Yeah, can you order it online?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. You got to check how much it is. But I just like how you just said 6-pack. 6-pack.
Yeah, get a 6-pack.
No,
We're not going to drink more than a 6-pack, are we?
No, we get a whole case of it.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably only be $20. We could
Tommy,
do a taste test.
can you even get it though? I don't even know if you can buy it.
Look it up. We got to
I
get one
am.
for our live podcast when you're in Fort Myers.
I honestly don't even think you can buy it online. No, it's at a brewery. Oh, so it's only in New York.
Call him.
Yeah. Hey, that DeVito kid, I need his beer. All right. What do we got here? Well, I think we got one more. Oh, this one was funny. Tony Romo corrected himself after accidentally calling Taylor Swift Travis Kelce's wife during the Bills and the Chiefs game.
Tony Romo is just falling apart since his first season as an announcer. He just gets worse and worse.
He's got great takes on the game, but man, just calling Travis Kelce his wife. I was like, I was like, oh, maybe he's trying to be funny. And then I was like, oh, shoot. No, no. People were pissed. God.
Yeah, the Swifties would be in turmoil.
Oh, my God. Don't even. They were in turmoil about the clip from the movie rental, the 1989 one.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, most of them in the comments were just like, one, you were rude. I guess I had a good, a smart take, but still like not nice or whatever. And then there was another one where it was, I would rent that movie every day for the rest of my life. And I go, yeah, and you'd be broke. Or
I told you, bro, they would pay for it.
You did. You said it. They would pay for it.
I said it.
Even some of them said it was expensive. But this one here, Travis Kelce gives shout out to Taylor Swift for making his jersey the top seller in the UK. So basically on the podcast, so they have Jason and Travis have the #1 selling jersey in the UK. Your neck of the woods.
That's me, Joe. Yeah, that's so weird and so random. Why? I don't know why the UK. I can't imagine Taylor Swift's that big in the UK, but good for him.
Because of Taylor Swift, I guess, but I'm assuming.
That's right.
After both he and Travis agree that doesn't make any sense, their jerseys dominated across the pond. A lot of Swifties over there in UK. Yeah, because nobody even knew who Jason and Travis were in the UK before.
No.
So, but yeah, I just thought that was interesting there. So, but you got anything else to add?
I think that's it, Joe.
I think that's it. Actually, you know what? We got one more thing here. James Cameron reveals Titanic casting at a serious height limit. Did you see that online?
They're casting for another Titanic movie?
No, when they first casted the movie, they had a serious height limit. So they basically were only casting short people in the Titanic. We only cast short extras, so it made our set look bigger. Anybody above 5'8", we didn't cast them. So basically, these were for the extras. Because I think I'm pretty sure Leonardo DiCaprio is he's 6 feet exactly. But that's pretty interesting though, because I mean the movie was made so long ago, but they're also going to be re-releasing it in 4K, so that was kind of cool too.
That's really funny to think about perspective that they're trying to get.
Have you ever even seen Titanic?
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I watched
a long time ago.
I watched like the first 5 minutes of it, but it was so long, and I was like, I'd really have to sit down and watch this movie and like dive deep into it.
Yeah, it's a great love story, Joe.
Oh, geez. Kate Winslet, Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll definitely have to watch it, but I would rather watch it in 4K than the old streaming or the old, whatever you want to call it, 1080p. Was it even 1080p then?
No, it was shot on film. It probably wasn't even digitized.
Oh, geez. Yeah, so I think I'll wait for it on 4K. Now that's a movie I will rent and I will pay for, but hopefully.
Yeah, you should watch it, Joe.
I need to watch it. You think I'll like it?
I don't think watching it in 4K is gonna make that much of a difference, but it'll be good.
No, probably not. Isn't it like a 4-hour movie?
It's long. I don't remember how long it is. I think it's like 3 hours.
You saw it a long time ago, though?
I was young, yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. So, anyways, I think that does it for us. We had to kind of be short today because we're both running on a time crunch, but it's still good to record. And we got Max in Cleveland. The land.
I'll be in Columbus tomorrow and then Cincinnati the next day. So I'm making a trip across the state.
You excited?
I'll send in some clips from Cincinnati for the Vikings game. You're going to
Columbus. Are you gonna have any Skyline chili?
I might, Joe. That's in Cincinnati, but I'll have some chili. Yeah, I'll have some White Castles, Joe. Yeah, I'm gonna live it up.
You'll be going to the bathroom very frequently.
You won't want to be in that bathroom.
They might be running out of toilet paper for you.
Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Joe.
There'll be an inflation of toilet paper. It won't be in.
Yeah, I might cause a shortage in the state of Ohio.
You might, yeah. Oh, geez. So you want to Columbus tomorrow?
Yep. I leave Cleveland tomorrow morning. I'm going to Columbus. I'm gonna hang out with my grandma and my grandpa, and then
Uncle Mike?
Saturday we're going to see the Vikings
Oh
play the
wow,
Bengals.
that'd be awesome.
My second game of the Bengals game of the year. So hopefully,
Hopefully they get a win.
yeah, seriously, because we did not have such good luck when I went in Cleveland there at the beginning of this year.
Oh yeah.
Yep, we
What
got
game was that
stomped.
again? What game
What's
was that?
that?
Who did they
Game
play again?
one,
Oh
Cleveland
yeah, they
Browns
got
versus
stomped.
Bengals.
Yeah, they got stomped. Yeah.
And my dad went to the Titans game, and we got stomped as well. So
Oh my god. So
the
you
Adams
just
family
went.
has been bad luck for the Bengals. So hopefully we can turn it around.
Okay, last thing we got to talk about the Christmas card picture.
The Barbie picture, Joe?
Yeah, where did that
How'd you
idea
like it,
come
Joe?
from? I loved it. I screenshotted it right away.
That was my idea, actually. I said we got to do something topical on the year, so we decided to go Barbie.
I gotta look at this real quick before we go. This is
Yeah,
hilarious.
my dad's
So,
abs,
oh my god, your outfit. You wore the
the beach outfit.
yeah. That one was totally tubular. Ken, your sister's shopping glam squad Barbies featuring Possum Pal Lion, and your dad.
Yep, with the you'll have to put it up on the screen with the abs.
Yep. Oh my gosh, how long did that take to do?
An hour?
Where did the creativity came from you?
I mean, I came up with the idea of doing Barbie. My mom got all the outfits. She left all the tags on so she could she could return them.
Amazon Smart. That's what I do.
Yeah, we have a photography studio, obviously, so we just stood in front of the backdrop and took pictures of each other, and then my mom made it on Canva, I think.
Oh, that's pretty
Yep.
creative. So
Yep,
it came from you. Do you think this is the best Adams Christmas card yet? Last year's was pretty funny too.
Yeah, we've had some hits. I don't know. I really like we did a Christmas Vacation one, the National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I really like that one, the Shitter's Full. That was a good one. I think actually, yeah, Joe, I think last year's was probably the best, the Hurricane Ian one, because we had the Hurricane Charlie one all the way back in 2004.
That is true. Yeah, it's true.
So the combination of having done it all the way back then and then revamping it for the new Hurricane I think that was really special. So yeah, that's my favorite for sure.
Yeah.
You'll have to put the cards up on the screen when you clip this.
Oh, I will. I definitely will.
Yeah, Joe.
Last one. What's your favorite Christmas movie of all time?
I was talking about this last night with Hannah. Christmas Vacation is definitely up there.
Yeah.
The Grinch is way up there. I love The Grinch.
Are you a Christmas Story person?
Not really. Home Alone. I love Home Alone.
Christmas Story?
I have once or twice.
You want to hear a funny story about that?
Yeah, Joe.
Just quickly. Okay, so my parents one year got me the Red Ryder for Christmas, and you know how the kid shoots his eye out in the movie? You'll shoot your eye out, Ralphie. You'll shoot your eye out. Well, my parents got me the gift one year, Christmas Eve. They always let me open up one gift for Christmas early, always. That was just the thing. So I opened up the Red Ryder, but I didn't shoot it until the next day. I go out on the balcony on the lanai the next day, and I aim the BB gun, the Red Ryder, and the bullet ricochets back to the window. So I almost actually shot my eye out. Like no lie. I didn't believe it. I was like, what?
I don't think it's physically. I was watching a YouTube video about this. I don't think it's physically possible to actually shoot your own eye out. That'd be really hard to do unless you literally turned the gun around and shot yourself in the face.
Well, yeah, but like just the idea.
The ricochet. Only you
ricochet.
could do that, Joe. Only you could shoot your own eye out, Joe.
It was kind of scary. I was really young, and that BB gun is potent. The bullets are like metal bullets too.
They don't feel good to be hit by. No.
I don't want to get hit by one of those.
They sting.
Yeah, no. So Christmas Story, you're not really a fan of it, but you're what's your number one then?
Christmas Vacation, probably.
Oh,
or the Grinch, or the Grinch, or the Grinch. I really like the Grinch.
La 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 la.
Yeah, A Christmas Vacation with Clark
Chevy
Griswold.
Chase.
Yep, that's an absolute classic. So funny.
It's so. I mean, like, how can you not laugh?
Yeah, that's probably my favorite. Yeah, Shitter's Full.
The Shitter's Full. What's the other one? What's the other one in the scene where the Lewis, the tree goes up in smoke.
Yep.
I love that movie. Joe. He wears the jersey.
Yeah.
He wears the Blackhawks jersey. Did you know Rusty is Leonard from Big Bang Theory? I think I've told you that before, right?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah,
he's one of the kids.
Yeah, Peter. Is it Peter Galecki? Is that's his name? Or is it or is it what's his name? Leonard Big Bang Theory. The actor's name is Johnny Galecki. Sorry, Johnny Galecki. Excuse me. Yeah, I knew it was Johnny. Johnny Galecki is Rusty in Christmas Vacation. I always thought as soon as I saw him, I was like, that's what's his name, Johnny Galecki.
That's funny.
Yeah. So that movie is an absolute classic. Yeah,
all right, Joe. Hannah's back, so we gotta wrap up.
Alrighty, shitter's full. We'll see you next time.
Say bye to the fans.
Bye, fans.
Inquisitive Mamba Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Max, see you soon.
All right, see you, Joe.